So, I changed my mind on Solo Sikoa. Here's my opinion from literally 2 months ago.
The new bloodline has some dogs in the faction, and Solo Sikoa makes them feel like jobbers.
Yeah, so this man decided to take a nice deuce on my takes and completely turn his game up 20 notches. I mean, one of my main criticisms for this guy was the fact that I couldn't take him seriously because the creative team had him acting too much like Roman Reigns. So you want to know what Solo did? He turned up the comedy side of his character, and it has completely won me over. I have been on the negative Nancy side of takes when it comes to wrestling for like a majority of this channel, and Solo was one of the guys that took some nasty ass strays from me, but I changed my perspective on how I view wrestling, and man, have I been enjoying myself ever since. Solo is a funny ass dude, and I can't believe that they had him sucking up to Roman Reigns as this silent enforcer. I mean, he went from getting no pops at all when challenging for the title to making the entire arena laugh with his excellent comedic timing. When he first started his character switch, he had this demanding presence about him, and it always felt like he was going to cause havoc upon the roster, until they started repeating segments that made you question what drugs the creative team was taking to come up with these decisions. It just got boring, and what was once an intriguing experiment to push him to the top felt like a failure ready to explode at any moment. But just like his theme song screams at you, he has truly taken it all, and he's taking that shit to the home plate, because my god has he been impressive. Whenever I make criticisms about a specific wrestler, I am more than happy to be proven wrong, because at the end of the day, they're receiving time on a television show that I watch every week. When I am not fond of the character, I won't have fun watching whatever they are part of. But I went from absolutely dreading every segment that Solo was in to actually looking forward to what he's doing next. That right there is what I call character progression. Solo is like the Nikola Jokic of WWE, because nobody saw this man improving as much as he did in the time frame that he did. Like, we seen the potential, but it was never explored. So Papa H has finally decided that now is the time to unleash this guy to the best work of his career up to this point. Want me to be honest, guys? The moment I was sold on Solo was when this moment happened.
Big brother.
Dude, you're telling me that this wasn't funny as fuck? I mean, this guy has the timing to the T, and you cannot teach that shit. I was replaying I Got Tickets in my head for like a week straight because I just found that segment as gold. Another segment that sold me was when the Bloodline were challenged by Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles.
Any place, anytime. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
You can tell that this man is completely comfortable out there, and for anybody hating on him, just know that I am now his #1 shooter, so you better act right. The criticism that I had of him when I made the first video were all valid because I couldn't click with what was being presented, but when he seemed to flip that switch, I have now joined that band of supporting the acting tribal chief. This video is damn near starting to sound like Jacob Fatu is holding me hostage, forcing me to change my opinion on Solo. I promise you guys, I am completely safe in writing this out of my own free will. Can I go now, please, man? I miss my family.
I love you, Solo. I love you.
Joking aside, he has really impressed me, and every time I watch him, it feels like a whole different person from what I was previously accustomed to. Before, I seen him taking orders at McDonald's, but now I see him working at Zara, creating some high fashion clothing. What I look for in a character? Hold up, let me do this instead. Transition. Okay, so what I look for in a character is presentation, mic ability, and wrestling ability. So far, Solo has nailed the presentation department because I'm not gonna lie, ever since ditching that dumbass trench coat, he has been putting that shit on. It also helps that he feels more like a leader rather than a goofball who doesn't even look like he is fit to run his own faction. He has nailed it on the mic, although he did have a shaky start because of the expectation of imitating Roman Reigns. Now this man is levels above that, and it seems like he be freestyling the way he be acting in his promos, and that is a great sign. Before, I would tune out whenever Solo was on the mic because nothing he said ever interested me, but now I actually want him to have a mic in his hand because he has mastered his timing, which has helped him get substantially better. The only part I have yet to see improvement in is his wrestling ability. This isn't his fault though, because he hasn't done all that much singles wrestling in a while, so I can't really say much about that aspect. As you can see, Solo checks out 2 out of the 3 things on my list that have him good in my books, and this is coming from a known hater of the acting tribal chief. Solo has been doing absolutely phenomenal during the build up to Survivor Series War Games match, and I felt like he was a true leader who was in charge of his pack of wolves. Man, I was thinking of all the possible guys that he could recruit to the bloodline because his family has done everyone on the roster dirty, so who the fuck was going to willingly join them? I was thinking they might add another family member to the faction, or maybe the final boss can make a grand return, but nope, it was Big Bronson Reed. Yeah, that is right. Solo Sikoa was able to receive the services of this boulder of a man to help him out for war games. I was already sold on this man as a legit threat in the company, but the fact that he had the power to convince Bronson Reed to join forces with him, see, that is some big boss moves. It's funny because Bronson Reed really fits in like a glove, as if he's a part of this family. I'm pretty sure if I was to show my girlfriend a picture of Bronson posted up with a bloodline, she would think that he's just one of the many cousins. Side note, by the way, I believe that the new bloodline should have won at war games, but that is up for debate. Solo looked fucking incredible in this match, and he was making plays on the fly like a 5-star quarterback. I like the way that the match ended though. Instead of Solo looking scared when he was surrounded by his old running mates, he went out like a warrior. The fact that his team lost the match is where I start to question things, because I have no idea where this story is going. How the hell does The Rock play into this? And will Solo reap the consequences as he falls once again to the tribal chief? Here's my predictions for the next few weeks. Since the bloodline story is obviously going to continue, I think we build towards that one-on-one match between Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. This will take place at Saturday Night Main Event because I believe that this is the next PLE that's taking place, and I'm not entirely sure if they're treating it like that. This would be the perfect spot to have Solo Sikoa get his win back, and of course there will be interference to protect the character of the OTC, but it will be fun, and that's all I look forward to. I know Solo already pinned Roman many times in tag team action, but in singles action it will be so much better. The next few weeks should be the new bloodline reaping the consequences of losing because they brought out the big guns and still came up short at war games. I believe The Rock should make a surprise appearance within the next few weeks to reveal whose side he's on, which will be the new bloodline, and he'll put them all in their place, falling in line to the final boss. Now, if Roman was to beat Solo at Saturday Night Main Event, then I would have The Rock appear on the same night and confront Reigns, and maybe we reveal the side that he's on right there. This will only work if The Rock was to show up consistently on the shows afterwards and not disappear like he did at Bad Blood. I have a bad feeling that he won't show up till the first episode of Netflix, and honestly, I'm not even mad at that. I wonder what you guys think will happen with the bloodline story going forward. Let me know all of that down in the comments below. I can't wait to see what they have planned for him next, because clearly he has the working formula, and it's up to the creative team to cook up something for the guy. Solo needs to be protected at all times, and I can't believe I am saying this, but I acknowledge it. He has done everything I asked for, delivering quality TV every time he appears on the show. He is without a doubt one of the most improved players of the year, and most of the heavy lifting for that award was done in the past 2 months. I can now envision Solo Sikoa becoming the WWE champion someday down the line, and that's how sold I am on his improvement, and I think he's only going to get better. And that is why I believe that Solo Sikoa is overhated. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video so I know that you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to keep this channel going strong, and share this with your friends so we can build up Slam University back to its core. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.